Good morning. I am coming to you from Strasbourg, France. We're back in France. This week's vlog, I have so many books, you guys, that I want to read. There's actually quite a bit of like romanticy on my Kindle right now, but I think what I'm really in the mood for is more small town romance. So I have two books that I really want to read this week. Let me share them with you. Okay, so both are actually from authors that I've never read before, so this will be really fun. I've also been on Threads. If any of you guys are on Threads, find me. I'll link it below. But oh my gosh, my TBR just keeps growing because there's so many authors on Threads. And so, yeah, it's kind of dangerous. But the first one I'm going to be reading is called Rein Me In. It's a Cowboys of Nighthawk series, and it is a cowboy romance. That one is going to be first. A second is called Poor Decisions, a small town slow burn romance. Love on the Vine, book one. So it has to do with wine, and I mean, I'm in France, so I thought it would be perfect. But it's like I guess they work at a winery. I literally am going in blind on this one. Both of them just looked really cute, and the authors sold me on them, so I'm checking those out this week. I'm starting with Rein Me In. I just can't get enough of cowboy romance, apparently. I don't know. I am going to go get some coffee, do some reading. It's gonna be lots of reading this week, so I will check in with you guys later and let you know how I'm liking this book. So we'll see. It's raining outside. Is it Rein Me In? Why am I so bad at titles? Yeah, that's right. Okay, Rein Me In. It is really cute so far. I'm enjoying the characters. I think that he is going to be a great main male character. It's based in Texas, and so I'm loving that because I'm from Oklahoma and I've lived in Texas quite a bit, and so loving that aspect of it. And yeah, I think I know a lot of the references because of that. I do enjoy that quite a bit. So far so good. It's really cute. Characters are good. So the reading is nice, and I'm gonna keep reading. days since I updated you, maybe 4. I can't remember. I'm losing track of time because I'm literally traveling bunches of places. So we left Strasbourg and we are now in Frankfurt, and then we fly back to Shanghai tomorrow. Today we're just hanging out, and I finally have time to sit down and update you on my books. So the first book, the Rein, I can't remember the name of it. We'll put it here. That one, I ended up DNFing it, and not for like any reason other than it just wasn't for me. It really lost me. I read till about 50%, and the writing was really good. The story is really interesting, actually. I want to say interesting. The story was a good story, I should say that. The characters were well developed and all those things, but it was character driven, and it just kind of lost me at about 50%. I read some reviews on Storygraph after I decided to DNF it, and a few other people said the same things. Other people gave it 5-star reviews, so maybe check it out if you like crab order romances. I was going to read that other small town romance, and I started reading a few pages. It's cute. I'm definitely going to read it. I just was in the mood for like something a little like dark romance, specifically vampire. I wanted to read a vampire book, and you know, if you know, you know, like sometimes you just are in the mood to read something like that. And I had this book on my TBR for quite some time. I had downloaded it to my Kindle. It's called The Poisoner, and it's getting lots of mixed reviews, but mostly really, really good reviews. However, you need to read the trigger warnings and know that it is a, I guess you could call it gothic. You can move the chair. Are you sitting down? Sorry, my husband's over there and he's trying to move a chair. I'm like, it's fine. I would say it's gothic, but it's definitely horror, which I'm not a huge horror reader. I read maybe one other horror. It's just not for me. So I'm having a bit of a hard time with this book. However, it is also like stalker, and it's literally all the taboo things, I feel like, in one book. And so I went into it knowing that, and I'm pushing through because at about, I'm at 40%. At about like 25-30%, I was like, I don't know. It was losing me, but now it's picking back up again. The cover is beautiful though. I will put it here. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'll be honest, that was one of the main reasons, that and the fact that it was a vampire and a poisoner. She's a poisoner. She poisons like bad people, like bad guys, like abusive men. The irony is not lost on me, and not lost on her either. So she does have a conscience, sort of. So, okay, I'm at 40% on that book, and I'm going to try and finish that. Thanks for listening to my ramble. I will check in with you later. I'm so jet lagged. This has been the longest vlog ever. Supposed to be just 1 week, but I had too much going on. Pardon my disheveled state. I don't even have makeup on right now because I almost said hungover. No, I feel kind of feel hungover, but I'm just really, really jet lagged. I wanted to show you something really fast though. I'd ordered this before I left and it didn't come in time, and then I arrived back home and it's here. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? It's a Kindle cover. It's so cute. All the little kitties. Come here, Nora. I've got my cats back and I'm so happy. Finished The Poisoner on the plane. Actually, that's what I read like almost my entire flight. I went into it thinking it was vampire romance. Yes, vampire, not so much romance, I'm gonna be honest. It's horror. Absolutely 100% horror in my opinion. Not a bad thing. I just wasn't expecting it. I know it kind of says horror, but sometimes like horror light, you know, and it's like paired with romance, I just think it can't be that much of horror. And for me, it was not bad, but at the same time, way more than I usually read. And it's like moments of it were supposed to be romantic, but I did not get the warm and fuzzies from this book whatsoever. Yeah. If you like horror, read this book. I think you would enjoy it. However, trigger warnings, read them. And if rape actually bothers you, don't read this book, because there are some scenes in it that are objectionably, you know, questionable. If you hear knocking, I don't know what's going on upstairs, but it leaves on sort of a cliffhanger. I will be reading the second book because I think I'm interested in the characters enough to know what happens. Also, you really want the main vampire guy to be a little more redeemable. He was in the end, but that was another thing. He went from like hot, cold to hot, like that. Like there's no like in between. It was like he was really bad, and then all of a sudden he was like had a moral compass. That was a little odd for me. So like the pacing was also a little off, but this is like her first book that she's ever written, and that's great. Like amazing. The story, how it weaves together. There were some other little things that I was a little confused about, but they kind of like allow that to come to light later. I'm hoping book 2 really brings like some answers to some questions I have. But like I said, if you like dark fantasy, sort of romance, horror, I would read it. It's a unique story. Okay, so I am home. I am back from Europe, which is weird, and I will be my little homebody self from now on. I'll go take you out sometimes, but honestly, like most of my vlogs will probably be from home because I am a true homebody. And yeah, just hanging out with my cats because they're just so cute. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.